What's up guys, Nick here, back with another quick iOS tips that could totally save your day. Just 2 days ago, on March 30th, Apple released what might be the last iOS 26 update before iOS 27, iOS 26.5 Beta 1, Build 23F5043G. This update mainly focuses on previewing some iOS 27 features and improving security. To make things clearer, I'll compare it with iOS 26.1. First, the update size is pretty big, around 10.3 GB, so you'll need at least 20 GB of free storage to install it. If you're running low on space, I might drop a video soon showing how to update with limited storage, so don't forget to subscribe. At the same time, Apple also released updates across its ecosystem, including iPadOS 26.5 Beta 1, macOS 26.5 Beta 1, tvOS and HomePodOS 26.5 Beta 1, and watchOS and visionOS 26.5 Beta 1. Now let's get into what's new in iOS 26.5 Beta. If you go to Settings, then Apps, then Messages, you'll find the RCS Messaging option. Apple has reintroduced end-to-end encryption here. That means your messages, photos, and videos are fully encrypted, and no one can give the passing feature with bugs. And no one, not Apple, not carriers, not even Google, can access them. It's a big step up for privacy, so you can message with a lot more confidence. Another change is in Apple Maps. Open the app and tap the search bar. You'll now see recommended places right below. Also, if you search for nearby restaurants, you might notice some results pinned at the top. These could be promoted listings, which might be Apple testing ads inside its native apps. There are also some smaller updates, like better real-time syncing with third-party devices and automatic connection improvements for accessories like the Magic Keyboard. There are also some smaller updates, like better real-time syncing with third-party devices and automatic connection improvements for accessories like the Magic Keyboard. Now the big question. Should you update to iOS 26.5 Beta 1? After a few days of testing, I'd say, not yet. I'm using an iPhone 17 Pro, and while I didn't run into major bugs, I did notice more heat and slightly worse battery life. And I've seen similar feedback on Reddit too. That said, it's pretty normal for a developer beta. If you really want to try the new features early, you can go for it. But honestly, I'd recommend waiting until May, when the official version drops with better stability and performance. I'll also make a full video on the final release, so stay tuned. And don't forget, WWDC 2026 is happening on June 8th. That's when iOS 27 Developer Beta 1 will likely be announced, possibly with a new Gemini-powered Siri and more AI-driven features. The public beta should arrive around mid-July, and the official version will launch alongside the new iPhone event. If you don't have developer access, you can use Reboot. I've put the download link in the description. With it, you can bypass restrictions and install beta versions directly. And once iOS 27 beta is out, you can also download the firmware and update your iPhone that way. It's what I've been using, and honestly, I highly recommend it. That's everything for today. If this tutorial helped you out, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Nick, and I'll see you in the next one.